Grand Theft Auto San Andreas might be one of the most legendary open world games ever made, and it came out in 2004, so it's been over 20 years since the game came out. And after playing and reviewing GTA 3 and Vice City on this channel, it was time to play GTA San Andreas for the first time in my entire life and see how it holds up in 2025. If it's just pure nostalgia that is keeping the game alive, or whether it's actually pretty good. So let's start with a topic that I gotta say surprised me very much, with the open world of GTA San Andreas. Before playing the game, obviously in GTA we had one big city. That was always how it was. So you had Vice City, or you had obviously Liberty City in GTA 3, and I thought in San Andreas it was Los Santos, that would be our open world. I was so surprised that it wasn't only Los Santos, because I gotta be honest, I think Los Santos might actually be the least favorite of the three regions that we can discover in San Andreas. We got Las Venturas, that is a pretty much copy of Las Vegas. We got San Fierro, that is based on San Francisco, and obviously Los Santos, that is based on Los Angeles. And it is a completely different vibe than from Vice City. Obviously Los Santos is way poorer, it's infested with gang, with crime, but it was a very nice change. And I gotta say, Los Santos didn't really catch me like Vice City did, for example. As I told you in my review of Vice City, after roaming through the open world, I was extremely hooked immediately and just drove around for like 10 minutes. It was not the case at all with Los Santos. It was a completely different case, because obviously the atmosphere is completely different, the lighting, everything else. And after a couple of hours of playtime and realizing that there are three regions, I was very positively surprised, because you gotta say, the open world is still something where San Andreas shines absolutely, even in 2025. I mean, Los Santos, San Fierro and Las Venturas are three completely different regions, let me tell you. Each of those regions has their own vibe, kind of. You know, Los Santos is this gritty, gang-infested place that still has its beautiful regions, obviously, but most of it is really quite gang-infested, with a lot of gunshots, with a lot of crime, a lot of police going around. San Fierro is kind of the mix, you know, you got still some parts that are quite dangerous, but most of it is much more civilized, I would say. But Las Venturas is something completely different. Obviously it's based on Las Vegas, so we know how it goes. A very nice thing that I noticed also now is that they were actually based, like in GTA 3 for example, Liberty City is also based on New York, on Philadelphia I think, but you don't really see that in the open world. In Vice City obviously it was also based on Miami, but I was so surprised, especially going through Las Venturas, how much of a almost identical copy it was, only obviously way smaller than the real Las Vegas. But they managed to do that so well, and I was very surprised by the sheer size of the open world. Even when you fly with a helicopter or with a plane, you really see how big this world is. And for a game that came out in 2004, I mean, this open world, it's still nothing to be embarrassed about, even in today's day and age. And apart from the three big cities, you also got a lot of stuff in between. You know, you got deserts, you got forests, you got some other little, not cities, some villages almost, like Angel's Pine, where you can, you know, refill your ammunition, for example. You can repair your car or stuff like that. But the three main regions really are something that I was very surprised about, and that the atmosphere and vibe of those three is so different really made me realize how much invested the developers were in the lore. I mean, you can immediately feel in which city you are. You know, Los Santos, as I said, this gritty, dark place. Las Venturas, the complete opposite, with a lot of lights, LED lights, casinos, and then you got San Fierro, that's kind of a mix of them both. It was very nice how they portrayed the culture and the differences between those cities in the game. So now let's continue with the gameplay. You gotta say, a lot of stuff is pretty similar to GTA 3 and Vice City, but I gotta say there were some things that I really enjoyed, and I have to say, for example, in GTA San Andreas you can do so many different things. It's incredible. You can literally play games where you are a goblin. You need to help your goblin. I don't even know what it was, but it was fun. You can see it on the screen in one mission. You can play poker in the casinos in Las Venturas, where I actually made a shit ton of money. I didn't use hacks. If you look at the money count on the screen, I was actually only winning that through poker. And you can do so many other things. I mean, the gym and the eating mechanics were such a nice addition, I gotta say. Yeah, they can literally let CJ bulk up completely to this muscular monster. They can even make him fat if you eat a lot. You can literally become fat. And in the beginning of San Andreas, you see a completely different CJ than without all the training, without the muscle. It really changes him and his body up completely. Sure, the controls feel kind of dated, I gotta say, compared especially to modern games or even the newest GTA 5. But I gotta say, the variety of the game really made the game feel exciting, and the clunky mechanics was something that I could really look apart. When it comes to the flying of the plane, it was an absolute catastrophe, I gotta say. Controlling that really took me a couple of like 20-30 minutes, because before that I just couldn't get it under control. It was so sensitive to every single thing you did. It was crazy, but in the end you didn't really fly a plane often, so that was kind of okay. But regarding the missions, I gotta say, it was so nice to see that in one moment you're stealing a combine harvester, the next you're infiltrating area 63, I think it was, not 51. But the things you do in this game are so diverse. You have so many mini games, so many activities you can do. I've rarely seen this in a video game. You know, you can go on dates with several different women in the game. You have to eat, you have to train in order to stay in shape. You can do so many side activities, and the gameplay doesn't really get boring. When you're bored of the missions or want to do something else, you go to Las Venturas, play in the casino, play roulette, poker, whatever you want. You can bet inside the game. It's really a whole world living and breathing, and it really feels like it's kind of your adventure, you know. And then, my friends, there's the story of GTA San Andreas, and that is a big step up in my opinion from Vice City and GTA 3. It shines completely. Like CJ's journey from Grove Street, you know, from this little guy who has nothing pretty much, who just lost his mom, to running an empire with casinos, with different properties, different investments, is one of the best that I've played in recent years. You got a lot of betrayal, you got gang politics, humor, you got so many different people that you meet that are written so well. Obviously I will not spoil anything here in this video, and the characters that you meet are so memorable side characters. It's crazy. You got Big Smoke, Ryder, Woozy, Catalina even. The guys that have played the game know what's up with her. The cutscenes in the game might look old, they might look dated even in the definitive edition, but the writing and voice acting hold up incredibly well. Regarding the voice acting, I really gotta point CJ out. I mean, CJ's voice actor was literally a one-to-one fit. It was perfect. And the character of CJ himself was written extremely well. His development, how he started viewing things, you could really see how much he kind of aged in the game, how much he matured in the game while doing those, you know, rather unusual things for a guy from Grove Street. It was really one of the best protagonists that I have played in recent years. And obviously we gotta say that this story of this game is much more fleshed out than from GTA 3 and Vice City. I mean, first off, it's way longer. It took me 51 hours to complete the game, but I gotta say, like, probably 10-15 hours of that was doing side activities like playing poker or like doing races, stuff like that. But it is way more fleshed out. You can really see that they put much more time into this game, kind of, not maybe even time, but they really developed the story better, in my opinion, than in Vice City, for example, which also had a great story, but it just wasn't so fleshed out with the deep characters that you meet, with CJ, with all of the different things that happen, the betrayals, the cliffhangers, kind of. It was really great to see, and definitely a step up in my opinion. So another question, would I recommend GTA San Andreas without nostalgia in today's day and age? I gotta say, absolutely. It has been a long time since I had this much fun while playing a game than I had in San Andreas. You got so many memorable characters, an incredible story from Grove Street to an empire kind of. You have this huge map that is split into 3 different regions that are completely different from one another, have their own vibe, their own atmosphere, their own culture kind of. You have a shit ton of side activities that you can do. So if you buy GTA San Andreas, you literally buy it with so many other things that you can do. You have a great mission variety. You do from doing small stuff, then you do something incredibly huge, then you steal a military jet, then you help someone get a little thing from his house. It's so crazy. And you have an iconic soundtrack with a great radio station that still slaps, even over 20 years after the game's release. There are some negative aspects in the game, like obviously the outdated graphics, like the clunky controls compared to modern standards. Some of the missions might feel frustrating or unbalanced, but that is also way better than in the previous games in my opinion. I didn't really encounter almost any bugs. The game was running very smoothly, and I gotta say I was surprised on how good GTA San Andreas was. And while I absolutely love GTA Vice City, I don't know if this one might beat it, but I'll make a video comparing the 2 games in the future. But if you're thinking about playing GTA San Andreas, I would go for it, man. I would absolutely go for it. Now you can buy the trilogy of GTA 3, GTA San Andreas and Vice City that I have now played. I will do a video on that one completely separately if that whole trilogy is worth it for the price. But San Andreas, man, I will definitely be returning to this game. I absolutely fell in love with the open world, I gotta say. There was times where I literally drove through Las Venturas, which is Las Vegas, for like 15 minutes and then just went into a casino, spent time there. The immersion that you have in this game is outstanding, I gotta say. But I already made a video on that whole topic. So yeah, GTA San Andreas definitely gets a big thumbs up for me, and I'll be replaying that in the future 100%. So if you were thinking about buying GTA San Andreas, I hope I could help you with your decision. I'll be playing GTA 4 now. There are only 2 GTA games left before obviously GTA 6 comes out next year. So subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss those videos. As I said, I have some other ones planned, like comparing the OGs, saying you if it's worth it to buy the whole trilogy. Those videos will come out in the next week. And now I'm interested in your opinions. What do you think about GTA San Andreas? Have you already played it? Are you thinking about replaying it? Or are you like me that has never played a GTA game from start to finish in his life? Tell me your opinions and your thoughts down in the comments. I'll be very happy to read those. Alright guys, that was it for me in today's video. I wish you all an amazing day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.